Welcome to this section of the Virtual Assistant course This Western Academy. Today, I'm going to walk you through on how to create a portfolio using Canva. In the previous video, I've shown you how to create a portfolio using Google Sites. If you know how to do that, good for you. If you don't know how to do that, please kindly follow me while I showed you how to use Canva to do it. If you still want to look for the video on how to use create a portfolio using Google Sites, please kindly check the video description. You'll find the link to that video there. Now let's go and I will show you. Now come to Google and then of course go directly to canva.com. Now if you are using your phone, put your phone on desktop site, or you can even use just go to Canva app or canva.com directly without putting it on Google site, and then you are going to type creative websites portfolio. Please, this is the prompt you are going to put: creative website portfolio. Let's ensure that all the spellings are correct so that we'll be able to get the correct thing. Click creative website portfolio, and then we are going to click on enter. Now when we click on enter, we are going to see a lot of websites that we can use to create our portfolio completely for free. Now I'm using a pro Canva. In your own, you may be seeing some of these templates carrying a king, a crown. Please don't use anyone that carries a king or a crown, whether on your phone or laptop, because it's premium. You can't be able to download or use it. All right, so look for the one that is free, and the one that I'm going to be using in this class is going to be the one that is free. I'm going to put the particular template on the video description for you to look at for it. If you can't find it, please kindly send me a DM and I will send it directly to you. Now let's look for a good one. Now there are a lot of them here, but I'm going to go straight to choose this one. All right, so now after we choose it, you now click on customize. It's the same thing on your phone, it's the same thing on your PC. Now you can see how it shows that it has about 5 pages. All right, so we are just going to follow this simple step. All right, the first thing is to customize this thing. All right, hi, I am Dennis. All right, so let me just delete this name because that's not my name, and then I'll put Dennis. Or you decide to choose the two names. You can decide to use only one, but you can put the two names. I like putting the two names. All right, hi, my name is only Dennis only Gyang. That's my name. All right. All right, then it's on the gang, and then of course you can see that we have a photo here. This photo seems to be like a background photo, all right, but you need to can detach it. If you are using a phone, click on more, you see detach photo, you detach it. But if you are not using the phone, you are using a PC, it's very simple. You can click on the background like this, click on delete. It's going to delete and go away. All right, so you can now come to your upload and then upload a good image that talks about your own personal good image. Right, you're going to upload it. All right, so let's say this is my image. I'm going to upload it like this, and then I'm going to set it up to ensure that it looks very beautiful. Now let's say this is me. All right, I don't have time to go and upload my image. That's why I'm using it. You should use your own professional photo. It should be very professional. All right, now you can see that this is how it is, and then on this, hello, I am Dennis on the jar. Then here you can now put let's say I'm a professional virtual assistant, or your strategic and professional virtual assistant. Let's say let me just use your strategic, sorry, your strategic, let me use your strategic lead generator. All right, let's say that is lead generation is Google, sorry, virtual assistant, right? Or yeah, a strategic or professional administrator or virtual assistant, anyone that you can use that is good. All right, so you can see that we are done with this space. Look at how it is. You can change the background of this. Of course, you should be able to know how to use Canva by now by clicking on this and then changing the color to anything that you want. All right, so let's leave it at this blue. All right, now even this one here, of course, this is a template, so you can now see, you can now view my portfolio. All right, so of course you know how to do this. How to do it is that, of course, view my portfolio is already here. You don't need to edit anything. You need to just link up your portfolio. All right, so now we know that we don't have a portfolio. We are now creating a portfolio. So the simple thing for you to do is you can link up your resume. here. All right, you can use link up your CV. So of course you created your CV on Google Docs, copy the link from Google Docs for Google Docs, and then of course you can come here and put the link. Remember how to put, let me just do it practically. Let me come to Google Docs, go to Google Docs, and then I'll quickly look for my CV. Let me say this is one of my CV. I'll just click on it, and of course copy the link from here. Let it load, please. Copy the link from here, come back to where I'm working, and then of course I'm going to highlight it, click on this link, and then I'm going to put the link there. Click on done. Anybody who clicks here on, then I'm going to change it to view my CV. All right, view my CV or stroke resume. All right, so of course we are done with the first page. You can see that it's looking so beautiful. It's looking so beautiful. So put on a good image. Now we go to the next slide. The next slide is about, who you are. Remember, if you go through the portfolio we did on the Google site, these are all the steps. All right, so here we can now put on, let's say, what I do. All right, what I do, for example, and then I'm going to increase it, and then of course increase it again. Now let me change the font size to this, what I do, and then I'm going to bold it. Then under here, of course, you can see, you can mention some of the things you can do. All right, as a virtual assistant, I don't just manage your task, I help you do this. Of course, you should know that you are the brain behind anything working for the company or for your boss. So let's just say, of course, you can see that this one is here. I'm a professional virtual assistant. Sorry, I'm a professional digital marketer. This one is the template. So you can just change it to I'm a professional virtual assistant, then full stop. I don't just manage your task. I know, you just list out a lot of things that you can do. Just ensure that what you can do looks good. You of course mention something like you manage his project, you schedule, you can do scheduling, you can do data entry and management. You can do a lot of things I've taught you here. All right, so you can just put on that. Now when you put on it, you can see that it's looking so good. All right, now you can put it on the center, or you can put it here, anywhere you want to put it. Just ensure that it's looking so sweet. Now we are now going to go to the next section. All right, the next section here. Now we are going to need more than these slides. All right, so I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate it. Right click on it, duplicate, because I'll be needing it. So now click on here, and then the next slide will be my services. All right, so my services, so let me put it on hold, and then of course I'm going to bold it, make it look sweet, make it look good. I don't want this video to be long, so I won't be doing a lot of things here. All right, so I have to delete all these boxes here because I don't need it. They came as the template, so I introduce a new this thing, and then remove it from bold. And then of course you now put what your services. You can do administrative work. Let's say you can do entry data entry and management. You can do workflow optimization. You can do project coordination or project management. Project coordination, that is stroke management. Then you can do, let's say, clients management. Remember we talked about using CRM tools to manage clients management, etc. Let's say you can do document management. And then of course, let's say you can do, there are a lot of things: scheduling and communication. Scheduling and communication. See, my spellings are not correct because I'm trying to be a bit fast. So of course you can align them very well, and then put them on bullet, then increase it, and then let it look good like this. All right, so this is how you can make it look good. All right, of course on your own you should be able to make it look so beautiful and more than this. Of course you can change it, this thing to, let's say, the blue O, and then of course when we do that, we are going to change this to white, and then we're going to change this to white. All right, so you can see that it now looks perfectly good. Right now, in the next slide that we duplicated, of course in your own, if you want to duplicate, click on more. if you are using a phone, all right, you can see more, you click on it, and then there's no place for you to right click there. All right, so we can change this again, and then the tools I use. So if you tell them that these are the services I use, you have to tell them the tools you use for all those things. All right, so the tools I use, and then the tools, okay, sorry, I didn't put the tools I use, and then I'm going to let me say bold it, and then I'm going to increase it. All right, so I'm just going to increase it, and then want to put it in the center. Of course, I'm going to delete this again, and then when I'm deleting it, and I'm going to bring in this. Now listen to me, I'm going to bring in this under administrative support, or let's just choose let's say under content project coordination. What is the kind, or what are the tools you use for project management? Please don't list a lot of tools. If you list a lot of tools, it means that you don't know what you are doing. You need to be a master of just one, not a carrier of many. All right, so just list one under, like I taught you, Asana and Trello. So you can just, maybe you know how to use Trello, just use only Trello. Don't use both Trello and Asana, just use only one. So we are going to bring this test here, and I'm going to put in project coordination. When I put project coordination, I'm going to look for a logo of, let's say, Asana, for example. All right, so let me go to Google and then search Asana. This is the only example I'm going to use. I click on Asana, I come to images, and then I click here, and then I'm going to download this image like this. All right, I'm going to download this image. Of course, you should know how to download image from, you should know how to download image if you can. Then let me just come here, and then I'm going to quickly upload it and use it. All right, now I'm going to upload it and use it. Now I'm now going to bring it here, I'm now going to decrease it. All right, now under this project coordination, you can list what you can do with project coordination. I use this tool to do so let's say, let me do it practically for this particular example. I use project, sorry, I use Asana to manage project assigning tasks and overall coordination. All right, so let's say this is what you can do with this tool. So you have to reduce it, and then you have to bring it here. All right, so see that it is here. Now the next thing is, now let's say clients, let me take document management, and then I have to duplicate this again, come here, and then I have to put client document. Now under client document, what can you use to manage client document? Very simple. You can use Google Docs, you can use MS Word, etc. So you can just get the logo of it, put here, and put the details. Under scheduling and communication, what can you do? You can use Google Calendar, you can use Google Meet, you can use, there are a lot of things to schedule. So I taught you all of this. Under data entry and management, you can do this, but put only one tool, but don't put a lot of tools, and don't put for the tools for all of this. You can just put a simple of them, like 4 5, to show that you know what you are doing. Of course, bring the pictures here, the logos here, to differentiate that this is what you know how to do. Please always put the uses. I use Asana to manage projects, assigning tasks, and all of that. Always do that. Now the next thing we are going to do is, the next page we are going to do is, we are going to talk about our experience. All right, now under the experience, I think we need to duplicate this again. All right, so we need to duplicate this again, so I can now duplicate it again. All right, so sorry, I cannot duplicate this again, and then I delete everything here. Now sorry, I need to delete only these ones so that I can use this one. So I cannot duplicate this, and now put my experience. All right, so under the experience, of course, you can bring a smaller text, and then you say all right, the following are my real world results from my virtual, let me just use VA, but you can use virtual assistant expertise. All right, now you can now decrease it again, of course, make it look small. All right, this one is already big, so this one should be a bit small, and it should not be bold. Please let me remove it from bold. All right, so that is how it is. Now when you have done this, you are now going to bring in the logo of each of the companies you have worked for. If you have worked for 3 companies, bring in three logos. If you have worked for 2, bring in 2. If you have worked for 1, bring in 1. All right, there is no problem about that. I know that some of you have been chatting me, asking me, I've not worked for anybody, how am I going to do? Now I want you to use Express Tech Academy logo. Now let's say you have worked for Express Tech Academy as a virtual assistant. I'm giving you 1. I don't know how you're going to get maybe 1 more again or 2 more to add, but you can use Express Tech Academy, so that if somebody, I'm helping you, so that if somebody call me and say somebody that work with me, I will actually accept. All right, if they search my website and they ask, I will actually accept. But you can look for 1 or 2. I don't know how you're going to get it, but then you need to put it. So let's say we need Express Tech Academy logo, so we are going to come here, and I think I have Express Tech Academy logo. So here, so let's just hold on while I scroll. All right, so this is Express Tech Academy logo, and I've worked for this company before. I can now come here and put the company here. Now, how do you help them? So that is very important as well. So you need to come here and say, I help them, I help ETA, that's Express Tech Academy, to streamline their workflow using so and so. You have to put it the way you did it. All these things are framing. It's just to make a good portfolio for you in order to get a job. All right, so you can put in 1 more company again. Let's say this is the company, you can put it again, and then of course do the same thing. And then let's say you have worked for this company before, and then you can just put it, but put the one that is more realistic. Not just go and be putting anything anyhow. All right, so you can just put it, put their heading, what you did for them, and that is that. Now there's something I want you to understand. Under your experience, I want you to attach this here. So I want you to attach your view resume, so that you'll be able to see those things directly there. All right, so I want to click on it. And meanwhile, if you are putting Express Tech Academy on your portfolio, please ensure that it reflects on your CV. Ensure that if you are putting company, that company reflects on your CV and it reflects on your portfolio, so that different things will not be conflicting. Please, whatever company you use on your CV should be the company you are using on your this thing. So let's say I'll click this, and then I have to duplicate it. So I'll have to duplicate it, and then I have to move it. Let me say move it. I'm moving it down. All right, I'm moving it down to where I have my experience. All right, you can then now put it here. Ensure that the colors are matching. Now to the next slide, which is second to the last, you now to put what my clients are saying, or what my clients say. All right, you can just put them here. Can put them here. Remember how I taught you how to do it from the Google site? You can just write, Dennis is a good virtual assistant, and then of course you are going to put in Dennis Young, for example, because you can see how it looks here. Dennis Young, founder and CEO. You can put Express Academy, or the founder and CEO of this is the person that gave this testimony. All right, now under this picture we have here, remember I said on the other video on Google site that you should put the screenshot of those testimonials. All right, so this is where you're going to put those screenshots. You can delete this, and then you can bring in, let's say this is the screenshot. All right, so you can bring in here and then put the screenshot here, and then of course you are going to put it here. All right, so now you can see that it's looking more bigger, so reduce it so that you can be able to align. Let's say this one again was another testimonial screenshot, you put it here. And then let's say this one was another testimonial again, you put it here. Remember again, your testimonial, sorry, let me delete this, and then let me put this one. Let's say assume that all this is a screenshot too. Now remember, all these testimonials should come from the name of the people you work for, not just random names. Please, you have to picture this clearly. All right, and of course you can put their write-ups here. Of course, let me duplicate it and then put, let's say, Dennis you, and then etc. So you need to be very technical with this. Of course, you see that everything now is looking very beautiful. So we can now change the color of this background. Sorry, it's not a realistic color. Okay, so let me put out the color. Okay, let's just use this color. You can see that it's looking very sweet. Now to the last but not the least page. Now we can now come here. You can say, you can now, this is the page where you can put let's get reach out to me or let's talk. All right, so you can just put let's talk. Either you can put let's talk or connect with me. Let me use connect with me here. Connect with me. All right, connect with me. So when you put connect with me, and then you are going to, at least let me change it to this thing. All right, so and now let's increase it like this, and then of course I'm going to put, I can put it in the center, I can put it on the side, but I want to put it in the center because other ones have been in the center. Now this is your email is going to be here, and then of course you may in your address, if you want to put an address, don't put detailed address, please. Don't put detailed address. Your address should be, let's say I base in Abuja, so I don't need to put a particular street at the particular location where I base in Abuja. It's just simple Abuja, Nigeria, because you'll be looking for jobs outside of Nigeria. So they don't care the particular location where you live. They only care about the city. So you can just put Abuja, Nigeria, and then of course you can put your email, and then of course you can put your phone number. All right. So you can see that this looks very sweet. So I can now align them properly. And then of course you can put your social media handles. Remember, on the other video as well, I taught you how to put your social media handle. How do you put it? This is how to put it. You just I'm trying to highlight this thing so that I can take it to the center. Okay, let me highlight and then group, and then I can now take it to the center. So I'm now on group again. All right, so you can see that everything is looking so sweet here, right? Now there is something which is the last thing I want you to do for me. You need to add a link to all your details here, so that when somebody clicks on it, you'll be able to take him directly to your portfolio. All right, so what you need to do here is that, see this portfolio here. All right, so we need to click on it. I will need to highlight my email like this, and then we're going to come to this three dot. If you come to this three dot here and you check here, you see link. Now under link, what you need to do is you need to add mail to, then you put this sign here, and then you put your email. Now when you put this mail2.com under that same email and then put it shows you directly that a link has been added. So when your client clicks this direct, it's going to take him directly to your email to send you an email. Now the same thing for your number. You can as well do this for your number. You can as well highlight the number. All right, and then you come to the more, and then of course you come to link, and then of course you are going to add tel, and then you're going to add this, and then of course you're going to put your number. But when you're putting your number, put it with the country code. All right, so this is how you need to do it. And then you're going to click on and then the link has been added, and then you click on done. Everything is done. So when somebody click on this my website, the number here is going to take him directly to my WhatsApp number, to my WhatsApp, where he can be able to contact me, instead of him to copy your email or copy your phone number to go and begin to search. You just have to do, you're a tech person now, all right, so you should be able to know how to do that. So this is how the portfolio looks. You can see that it looks very sweet, right? You can see that it looks very sweet. So if I can preview it, I can now click on preview, and then you can now see that it's now looking so sweet. Imagine if I've put a lot of time to do this. I can see it from phone, and then you can see how it looks. See from phone how it looks. You can see that how it looks very sweet like this. If I want to edit it properly from phone again, I can still do it. So this is how to do get a portfolio with Canva. If you find any value with this video, kindly please can you help me subscribe to the channel, like this video, please, and please help me subscribe to it. I've been giving you a lot. Help me subscribe to the channel. Tell me in the comment section, I'm a virtual assistant, I'm a professional virtual assistant, and I understand this class a lot. Thank you very much.